Oh, I'm glad the day's finally over. I feel like we've been here for ages. But now it's time for me to take you home. You leave that report right here. We are not taking work home. Well, I don't care if it's for you. I've spent all day doing work, and I intend to spend the rest of my afternoon pampering you. Well, yes. You've spent all day bringing me my teas, my coffees, and all my meals. You've also been briskly running around between floors, bringing reports, different notes. You have been a very busy bee today. You've been taking a bunch of different calls for different shipments and delays, manufacturing companies. Just so that way everything will be all the more easy on me. Well, I know it's your job. You are my perfect little assistant. That doesn't mean, though, sometimes you do your job a little bit too well. Oh, well, I suppose there really isn't such a thing of doing your job too well, but perhaps a bit too much. Now, come along, because I can't wait to get home. As much as I love my company, I don't love it that much. Now, stop dilly-dallying. I can't wait to get you home. I'm taking you back to my place. Well, how else am I supposed to spend time with you? Now come on, leave that report there. Don't even think about sneaking it underneath your coat. You wouldn't want it to get reprimanded by your boss now, would you? Yes, I suppose it has been a while since you've driven in my car. Except whenever you went to go, take it for like an oil change or whatever else it needed. I'm not really a car person. I really don't know anything about them. I usually just pay to have it fixed. Or done by someone else. It's been a while since you've been to my home. I suppose it has. I mean, you've been here on occasion. Sometimes bringing me things, or when we're discussing business, I suppose. I did invite you for dinner once. It was a bit more casual. I just suppose the lack of your presence at my home just means I need to invite you over all the more. Especially now that we're in a bit of a different standing. I'll go right in. Oh, my home isn't that nice. I mean, well, I did pick out the flooring myself. I wanted something a bit rustic, but yet still floral. And I definitely wanted to be sure we had one of those spiral stairways. I always dreamed about having those. The fact that I could get one, well, how could I possibly resist? Now, shoes off, and you're going to meet me in the living room. I don't know if you recall from one of your very few visits to my home, but the couches are quite plush. I'll just leave your coat over there. No need to be so formal. My house isn't going to break. Well, come and sit down, darling. Are you comfortable? You don't look like it. There's no need to be nervous. It's just like when we're in the office, except just slightly different. No prying eyes. And there's nothing for you to worry about. No reports, no making sure my tea gets to me on time, or my meal orders are correct. No shipment orders to call about. It's just me. And you, this time, are the one that's going to be taken care of. You absolutely spoil me. Partially the reason why I hired you, because I knew you would. I must admit I do like being spoiled. But I think it's about time that you do. Be spoiled. Well, yes. You run yourself ragged. I know you do. And there's no denying it. I saw you constantly trying to steal that report underneath your coat. So, now it's my turn to do everything in my power to help you not feel so overwhelmed, for you to relax, and be pampered. So what do you want? What would you like? Want some warm tea? A glass of wine? Are you parched? Let me have everything at my disposal. And if I don't have it, all I really need to do is make a phone call. Don't need to fuss about you. That's the exact reason why I do. Since you seem so indecisive, I'm gonna go grab you something. It's a certain tea blend that I do favor. I think it'll help relax your nerves. And stop being so uptight about the fact that I'm taking care of you. When I come back, I can rub your shoulders. I know I don't have to. I simply want to. Are you saying no to me? Stay right there. Why don't you turn the fireplace on? The remote right there should simply start the flames. Relax. You worry far too much. I'll be back. You better be more relaxed when I do. I had half the mind that you were going to follow me into the kitchen and help me make this. I'm glad you didn't. I would have sent you straight back out. Here. Try a sip. Do you like it? I thought you would. Now, sit right here. Well, in front of me. How do you expect me to rub your shoulders otherwise? Just sit there and lean back against me. I may not look like it, but I've given a massage or two. It's not like it's rocket science. Oh, just sit in front of me. Stop being so difficult. You're never difficult. Are you going to start now? That's what I thought. There. That wasn't so hard now, was it? So you just take your tea, accept your shoulder rub. And if you need anything else, you need only ask. Oh, goodness, darling. You have so many knots in your shoulder. Yes, you do. And if that's the case, I might have to do this every week for you. Stop saying I don't need to. I don't need to do anything. I simply want to. Oh, you're not interrupting anything for me. I told you I wanted to spend the evening with you. How else am I supposed to do that if you're not in my home? Drive you home afterwards? What are you simply talking about? I was under the impression you would stay here. I have the room. I have a lot of room. If you want to have your own room, of course, I do have spares. Or you can stay in mine. To fall asleep in, darling. But only if that's something you want to do. If for some reason you're far too scared to sleep over, I will not make you. Although I'll be very sad to see you go. But today is about you being relaxed. So, if you're a bit too nervous to stay, that's not you being very relaxed now, is it? Although if you do stay, then I can simply continue pampering you. And getting these knots out of your shoulders. Goodness gracious, dear. So, do you think you'll stay? Do I want you to stay? Well, I think you know that I do. But do you want to stay? Yes. Very glad to hear that. I think it's about time you accept the fact that while things started out with you taking care of every single one of my needs, now I start taking care of yours. I know it's in your habit to always put me first. You know, as assistants tend to do. Things are slightly different now. I almost have to keep on reminding you. Alright. I mustn't get too carried away. Well, dear, you're quite the distraction. Right now, my main job is to massage your shoulders. Oh, you want kisses too? Maybe afterwards. Because if I start kissing you, I won't be able to stop. And right now, this knot needs to get out of your shoulder. You'll get more kisses afterwards. I promise.